acknowledging your failures or your weaknesses, just as much as you accept your successes and accomplishments, easily sums up a good description of the term self-love. Take a quick minute. Ask yourself, do you dislike certain aspects of you? Are you the type of person who easily treats people that you supposedly admire with more respect than you ever give yourself? Think about this. For instance, you know the colleague or acquaintance whom you really admire at work or at school. Recall how well you treat them with special attention and care. Do you treat yourself with the same measure of kind and admirable words as well as with words of compliments? Are you the type of person who is so desperate and beside oneself with anger and disrespect at your own self? For you who are parents, you know how sometimes a few of you are quick to appreciate other people's children, but then you come home and talk down on yours. Do you find that you speak horribly to your spouse or child, comparing them less to others? If you recognize that you do any of these, then you might truly be lacking in self-love. It is very important to realize and appreciate that your spouse and/or your children are direct extensions of you. Whenever you speak horribly to them, to your loved ones, it translates to the actualization and means you do not respect yourself, neither are you kind to yourself, nor love yourself. Before we continue, make yourself comfortable, listen attentively, and click the like button. Interestingly, can you recall how excited you feel when you meet someone new, but after a short while, you begin to resent them, perhaps after you begin to see certain unpleasant aspects of them which you perceive you do not like? That is exactly how you treat yourself. You selectively focus on the supposedly not so good aspects of yourself. Fortunately, at this time, we will be sharing 7 major tips to attain self-love. Tip number 1. Know yourself. Figure out who you are. What are your strengths, your likes, your weaknesses, and your dislikes? Are there habits and self-conversations that you find yourself repeating and verbalizing, which, when you do or say them, you can tell deep in your heart that this does not reflect how, or what you would want to be remembered or known for? In your personal space, take some time, give some thoughts to these questions. Are there things I need to unlearn? What about old things I need to relearn? Identify your fears. Do not allow them hinder your growth. Try to understand and evaluate your fears. This enhances your mental clarity. And importantly, doing this helps you uncover whatever hidden issues exist in your life. Furthermore, do you prioritize appearing wanted and people-pleasing, particularly towards others, at work or in other public spaces, while ignoring attending to your own hygiene, your own house cleaning, your own need for physical exercises for your health? Permit yourself to feel the pain in your experiences. These deepens your understanding of self and your understanding of your emotions. Do fall into the trap of masking your pain by soaking yourself in alcohol and/or drugs, over investing in constructive hobbies, exercises, personal development avenues. You are the best advocate for yourself. As mentioned earlier, discover what your weaknesses are, your strengths, your joys, your likes and dislikes. Learn from your mistakes. Acknowledge your imperfections. Accept your limits, realize what you can or cannot tolerate. With these information, set healthy boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries is self-love. Identify toxic associations and let them go, no matter how comfortable you have become in such environments or situations. Tip number 2. Self-talk. How do you speak to yourself? Do you find yourself calling yourself names, bad names that you know you cannot call your friends? Do you judge yourself harshly and make extreme demands of yourself? Do you place unnecessarily high expectations on yourself? Have you found yourself sometimes sabotaging yourself because you think it makes you look good in the eyes of others? Be mindful of a false sense of humility. Refuse holding onto the false sense of humility that makes you be quick to insult yourself with unkind words. The unhealthy self-talk that you find your mind propelling you into, making you tell yourself that you are guilty of every negative situation happening around you. Speak intentionally, positively, to yourself. Deliberately reverse the demeaning words you discern you are about to express to yourself. But instead, stop, and rather speak the opposite but positive and uplifting phrases and words to yourself. Many of us had or still have parents who have spoken in ways that are, or were belittling. Unfortunately, many of us are unable to pull ourselves out of that internal negative voice that constantly floods our minds. Those cynical and disapproving words from our parents and elders that we have held onto for decades. Know this. You are a unique person, remember that. Go ahead and speak positive words and positively affirming statements to yourself. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Respect yourself and tell yourself that you respect you. You have the mental courage to do this. Go ahead. Say something positive to yourself. Speak words of compliments to yourself. Tell yourself to focus on your now. Be kind now to yourself and motivate yourself. Be kind to others as well. For those of us that tell ourselves that it is selfish to love ourselves or that it is selfish to be kind to ourselves, remember, only a person who is happy with themselves, only such a person can genuinely be happy with and for others. If you do not tell yourself positive and inspiring things, how would you know how to inspire others or encourage them? Tip number 3. Self-discipline. You are responsible for your actions. Having self-love necessitates you having and exercising self-discipline. Calling yourself out when you act wrong. Correcting yourself when you misbehave. Decently disapprove of your actions whenever you treat yourself badly or treat someone else horribly. That is accountability. And it is vital in practicing self-discipline. Getting yourself out of the bed of sadness and out of the feelings of failure. All require self-discipline. Self-discipline is the quality that makes you exercise self-restraint when you feel provoked to anger. Self-discipline is the ability to be firm in your purpose and the capacity to work towards the ultimate goal in life. Self-discipline empowers you to practice self-control, especially in situations that makes it easy to fall into a place of dishonor. Self-discipline is necessary for consistency in your choices in life. For example, in your decision to physically exercise regularly for health benefits. Put together an exercise routine that keeps you constantly coordinated. That makes it practical for you to be consistent. Be present in this moment. Maintain optimum self-hygiene. Self-discipline enables you fulfill this. Grooming yourself daily. This also requires self-discipline to sustain. Tip number 4. Kindness to self. Be compassionate to yourself. Empathize with yourself. You may be a part of a family that fosters negativity. Perhaps, even from a family that easily dishes out deprecating words and remarks. Or a family that nurtures unworthiness by readily passing out hurtful comments. Treat yourself with gentleness. Accept yourself with understanding. Note: you are only able to add value to this world after you have come to the knowledge that you are of immense value. Refuse the urge to knock yourself down. Accept your existence and appreciate your greater purpose to flourish unconditionally. You are not perfect. No living person is perfect. Be joyful in this understanding. Be kind to yourself unconditionally. Being kind to yourself is, and will always entail, taking care of yourself. Do you allow your insecurities to keep you or hold you back from becoming your authentic positive self? Treat yourself the way you would want others to treat you. You do not keep niceties just for your friends or colleagues. Treat yourself with those same niceties. How are you doing so far? Remember to click the like button. Leave your comments below and let us all have a healthy conversation in the comment section below. Now, moving on. Tip number 5. Self-reflection. Do you find time to mull over how your day went? How you handled stressful situations today? Do you take out time to review how you reacted to annoying incidents today? Intentionally making out time to reflect and see what you think you did right or wrong during the day. And also be ready to identify areas in your life where you find that you did not act or speak as you should. Do you still beat yourself up for mistakes you made in the past that makes you cringe today anytime you remember them? Do you remember your shortcomings from the past and think that your present unpleasant life situations are punishments for the horrible things you did in the past? Do you still subject yourself through unnecessary sufferings because you think you deserve to be reprimanded? Do you still act like you need to pay for mistakes you made in your past? Your mind and your thoughts are what truly affirm the confession that you love yourself. Listen to this. If you look back at some things you have done and feel ashamed about them, congratulations. It means you have grown. You are now a better individual today. Above all, know this. Your past, your experiences, your joys and your pains, are all what brought you to this point, this moment. Tip number 6. Self-worth. Have you heard about self-esteem? These qualities are embroidered in self-confidence. What is self-worth? What is self-esteem? And what is self-confidence? They are all interrelated. Self-esteem revolves around how you perceive yourself. Your thoughts and opinions of yourself. Self-worth is a term used to describe the inner sense that you feel of being good enough and deserving of love and respect. Self-confidence is when you feel immense faith in your abilities and in your capacity to do what you do or what needs to be done. It means you trust and are assured of your good qualities. A person with self-worth, a healthy self-esteem and self-confidence make the best spouse, the best parent, the best co-worker, and a better individual. One with self-worth and a good confidence does not do good to others for likes and thumbs ups. A person with self-love does not show kindness to themselves and others for points and approval from others. Doing what's best for you ensures and makes it easier to give the best of yourself to those you love and to your responsibilities. Tip number 7. Say no to comparison. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Keep this in mind. No two people are the same. It is most unjust to yourself and to others whenever you compare. Consider this example. Biological twins may look the same, but they are inherently different and have very different personalities. Be the best version of yourself. Doing this prevents any tendency to fall into the pit of comparison. Self-love empowers with peace and contentment that positions you in a healthy space to be kind to yourself and to others while protecting yourself with your set boundaries. Live life intentionally. You can be exceptional and phenomenal as an introvert. You do not need to compare yourself to an extrovert. You are unique, as is the extrovert. Together, we all make life and the world in general more fun. In the same vein, you may be a shy person. Do not compare yourself to the next person whom you think is loud. We are all pieces of the pie called life. Be happy as you are. Be content and be continually productive. Quick note. How are you coming along? I hope you are taking note of the tips discussed. Click the like button below, share this video with friends. Now, let's continue. Because you are a constant work in progress, all these discussed earlier does not permit you to become arrogant, nor permit you to fail to correct your bad attitude. Self-love becomes evident in the way you respect yourself. A person with self-love does not lord it over others. It does not intimidate nor harass others. Self-love exudes contentment, even in the midst of annoying situations. Self-love exercises assertiveness when appropriate. There are certain reminders that you cannot afford to ignore in this daily journey to self-love. Here are 5 very important reminders. Reminder point 1. A very important nugget of wisdom here. Pay close attention. You know how a metal automatically gets drawn to a magnet close to it? That is the same way the human mind can easily fall back to negativity and unhealthy thoughts. This can happen even while you are on this journey towards positive thinking. Hold yourself up. It is okay when you realize that you fell off the ladder of honor or that you failed in this work of self-development. Do not stay down. Catch yourself quickly and stand up immediately. Growth in life is a journey. Reminder point 2. Again, when self-depreciating thoughts come into your mind, or into your outlook on life, reverse these negativities intentionally into the opposite but healthy and uplifting alternatives. Practicing this daily makes these become habits, which then become a lifestyle. No longer a mental chore. Reminder point 3. Never get to a point where you feel you are perfect. No one is perfect. Accept yourself just as you are, acknowledge your shortcomings and weaknesses. However, continue to take advantage of opportunities to be better every moment of your life. Recognize the moments you need help and seek it quickly. Reminder point 4. For anyone who feels there is nothing to love about yourself, stop that thought instantly. Focus on speaking good things to yourself. Encourage yourself positively. It may feel weird now, but keep at it. Be intentional. Reminder point 5. For those of you who feel your skills or genius abilities alienates you from others or makes others despise you, focus on being kind to yourself. Regardless of how good we feel we are imperfect beings. We make mistakes. Let this knowledge further encourage you to embrace and accept yourself as you are. Carry out acts of charity towards others, especially towards those who are in need. Keep being positive and kind in your speech, to yourself and towards others. Accomplishments are good, but focus on what you will be remembered for. Stay kind to yourself and others. Remember, we are all very different, and we like different things. Do not. Again, never expect to be liked by everyone. Be kind and let that keep you feeling satisfied and grateful. Additionally, to continually enhance yourself, look up great leaders in history and read about them. There is a caveat. As earlier mentioned, no one is perfect. Everyone has a couple imperfections and have made mistakes. Therefore, focus mainly on the great attributes of such leaders. Extract only the constructive qualities and useful characteristics that the great leaders exemplify. The goal of all of these is to have a positive self-image and live life fully as an individual and as a person existing among other people. Hold unto gratitude. Apply gratitude daily. Blossoming in self-love. Practicing all these makes life purposeful and fulfilling. I wish you good health.